Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 2 of an Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor Edition walkthrough. In the previous episode, we met a dying man. He gave us some papers right before he died. We read through the papers, and we need to investigate further. We need to find a marked crate. We actually found the marked crate in the last episode, but we still need to meet with his contact, and we need to follow the cryptic directions that were in the instructions. So that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, apparently the cryptic directions tell me to go down here. There's a lot of players standing around, looking at Brundold's hidden belongings. The joys of launch day. Oh, people are reading this book, that's why. There's a letter to Lyris tucked between the covers. Lyris, if you're reading this, I never made it to our meeting at the Blue Palace. I'm likely either dead or in the dungeon. But I was able to send word your way. I don't have solid proof that this Ice Reach coven you're hunting is in Hoffinger Hold, but something's rotten in the capital city of Solitude. I know I'm on the right trail. Unfortunately, it seems they know it too. I wish I had more information for you. I'm sorry. Bring what I found to Queen Gerhild. She's more level-headed than the High King. Without her influence, I doubt you'll even be allowed to see High King Svargrim. Brundold. The journal itself reads as follows. This assignment is going to be more challenging than I anticipated. Locals are suspicious of strangers. Guards always seem to be watching. Even in a city the size of Solitude, even among Nords, I stick out like a sore thumb. Made one contact at the royal stables. Young woman named Coven, starry-eyed, naive. Told her to keep watch for unusual travelers. No one else is talking. I'm going to settle into a routine. Get people used to seeing me around. Everything passes through the Lonely Troll at some point. It's the best place in the city to talk to the locals and learn about what's going on. There's an orc that frequents the establishment. Goes by the name of Mog. He seems willing to talk, as long as you keep his mug filled. If anyone knows something about the Ice Reach Coven, I'm sure to find them in the Lonely Troll. Any trust I built up with the locals evaporated at the mere mention of witches. Won't say a word about them, unless you count prayers to the gods. I guess they take dark magic more seriously this close to the Reach, but they'd rather shut their ears to it than court misfortune. Corvin came through for me. Said some rugged types arrived on mountain mares, trying a little too hard not to be noticed. They put up postings all around town, recruiting for something. Sharp girl. A recruitment flyer is stuffed in between the pages. God, what is going on? Laborers and craft workers needed. Brave folk sought for distant and generous work in uncharted territory beyond the Drudak Mountains. Travel mandatory. Food and lodging provided. A year-long commitment required, with rewards to match the risks. Inquire at the Lonely Troll Inn in Solitude. There's a note scribbled at the bottom of the flyer. Seen these postings across the hold. Nobody seems to know what all this labor's for or where it's needed. The journal continues. I noticed Red Guard ships making regular stops at the docks here. Considering my chilly reception, I find that curious. Cost me a good bit of gold, but the local snitch, Grega, who I found gambling in an alley, provided a solid lead. Red Guard mariners are bringing shipments up from Sentinel. Manifests say housewares. Crews look more like mercenaries than traders. She saw one discreetly marking some of the crates. Think I'll poke around. Tried to grab what was inside, but I got caught and it slipped from my hand before I could wrest it from the crate. I managed to lose the thugs who were after me. I'm just hoping they never got a good look at me. Supposed to meet with Lyris Titanborn before her audience with Queen Gerhild at the Blue Palace. Tell her what I found so she can convince High King Svargrim that there's a threat to his domain. All I've got is suspicions. Nothing solid. I've heard the High Queen rules with a lighter touch. She might be the sympathetic ear that gets us in the door. Alright, lots of strange stuff going on. Only thing left is to meet Brundold's contact. What is this? Oh, torch bug. Don't need that.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you!
You have to stab all of us. There's 4 of us here.
I mean it! One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Brundold.
I don't know any Brundold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Brundold's dead. He left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. Don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
I didn't kill Brundold. Just tell me what this is all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
And did you see anything out of the ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing. Trying to blend in, but still off around the edges. Same with their horses. Sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
What's the Reach?
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
You think those men were trying to hide where they came from?
They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, so. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
What else can you tell me about the job postings?
Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidic Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
So what are you going to do now?
Take Brundold's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that.
I don't know, I've never been to Windhelm. I'm from High Rock. Are the people here that suspicious of strangers?
We're stuck between the death spot of Markarth and the Skald King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
Alright. Let's just a notification that one of my guildies finished a trial. Alright, now I need to find Lyris Titanborn and tell her that Brundled is dead. And I still need to try to alert the city about the Ice Reach Coven, but it doesn't look like they're very interested. At least that guard wasn't interested. He claimed that I was making stuff up. Here we go, City of Solitude.
What do you want?
I want you to get out of my way, lady. Alright, now there's going to be a lot of quests here, and I'm going to pick them up as I walk by on the way to find Lyris.
Next time I'm in the field, I think I'll bring a great warhammer. Or two. Welcome to our hall. Are you familiar with the guild?
The guild?
The Fighters Guild. You should consider joining up. We have a new guildmaster and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk for a moment?
Sounds good. Let's talk about the Fighters Guild.
Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you?
You mentioned a singular purpose?
Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside. Hard fights.
I guess I've seen them in High Rock, but not here. That doesn't happen here. What happened to the old guildmaster?
Guildmaster Jofnir passed away recently, very suddenly. I always thought he'd die with a blade in his hand. But he passed away in his sleep, called to Sovngarde by his ancestors. We all miss him, but Colors has proven to be a very able leader.
You're not part of the Dominion military?
No. We only draw blades in service to the guild. We're technically neutral in the war between the three alliances. We love the Eagle Banner and Her Majesty, of course. But every race, every creed belongs under the guild hall's roof.
I'm not sure why I ended up asking that. I mean, he is a high elf, so that might be why I'm asking if he's a member of the Dominion military, but I'm not sure. Okay, what do I get in return?
Ha! There's a good question. We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know, you might be the next Jofnir.
Alright, I'm ready to join the Fighters Guild.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra.
Alright, and that gives me this skill line right here. Fighters Guild skill line. As soon as I get a spare skill point, I can put it into Intimidating Presence. That will let me intimidate NPCs and skip some tasks in certain quests. There's other skills in that skill line that are useful too.
I grew up on stories of Topol the Pilot. Perhaps one day I'll follow the route he took along the Nibbin River. Maybe even sooner than I think. Solitude feels off to me now. Too closed in.
Okay. There's a way shrine right over here. Alright, now I'll be able to teleport back there if I ever need to. You want to try to always grab those when you can.
Borfrey, is that you? Listen closely, you insufferable clod. I need you to find my notes and... Wait, you're not Borfrey. I can tell from the lack of heavy breathing and sniffles. Who are you?
I'm Thresdensor. Are you stuck in a bottle?
Stuck in the bottle? No, no, no. This is a devious and very stubborn illusion. One that you now have the privilege of breaking. I was conducting some research, you see, and inadvertently triggered this spell. Luckily, I know how to reverse it.
How do you reverse the spell?
It's quite simple. I recorded the locations of 3 verses of a powerful incantation in my journal on the off chance something like this occurred. Acquire the verses, come back and dispel this illusion. I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Alright, I'll find this incantation and dispel the illusion.
Oh, my assistant Gorfrey has my journal. Find it, read my notes, and acquire the incantation. Also tell him to come get me. Someone nearly took a swig of me. Oh, I suppose introductions are in order. I am Narcissus Dren, famed historian, etc.
How exactly did you wind up like this?
Does it really matter? Every historian worth his salt winds up trapped in an illusion at some point. Oh, very common, and thus not worthy of discussion or commitment to record. I will say, though, as magical traps go, Male Moth's wards are top tier.
Magical traps?
Indeed. I acquired a powerful scroll from the Mage's Guild. I thought it might direct me to a legendary illusionist's secret sanctum. Unfortunately, reading it led me to this dismal state.
That sounds pretty suspicious. Did you steal this scroll?
Steal? We're adventurers, aren't we? What you call stealing, I call daring investigation. Meremoth's works contain a wealth of secrets. If we don't pursue them, some other historian will. I, for one, have no interest in sharing the glory with,
Go on. You have no interest in sharing the glory with who?
Why, with anyone other than you, of course. You really thought I meant to exclude you? Oh, you wound me.
Mm-hmm. If this is just an illusion, why can't you move?
Oh, illusion magic extends far beyond simple parlor tricks and mirages. Skilled practitioners exert power over the mind itself. Intellectually, I know I am not a bottle. But the spell fooled some primitive aspect of my psyche into believing I am.
So, you can't move because you believe bottles can't move on their own?
Precisely. The spell turned my knowledge of the natural sciences against me. Crafty, yes? A lesser intellect might have evaded the trap entirely. How's that for irony?
Alright, tell me about this incantation. Someone hid the verses?
Yes, the Mage Male Moth hid them all over Solitude, etched in wood, tucked under cobblestones, and so on. Just another one of his insufferable games. In retrospect, I probably should have gathered the verses before, all this.
Who is this male moth anyway?
Who was he? Past tense. Male Moth was one of Skyrim's most gifted illusionists, a contemporary of the great Shalador, if you can believe it. Of course, he's been dead for hundreds of years now. I'd say his claim to secrecy died long ago.
So he kept a lot of secrets?
Ah, countless secrets. He was a master illusionist, after all. Unfortunately, illusionists always cloak their discoveries in puzzles and traps. Insufferable, if you ask me. No matter. I never shrink from a challenge of the mind.
Okay, if we happen to find these verses, we'll pick them up.
Hail.
Oh, there's Grega.
Private game. Get lost.
It's the person mentioned in the note who gave the guy the tip about what these items were being transported. Let's see, can I go over here? No. Maybe it's up here.
What's this? A new antiquarian in the making? So, what brings a sturdy hero like you to the Gwylem Annex? I can't imagine you're looking for a book. Then again, I do see a glimmer of curiosity in your eyes. Perhaps you seek admission to the Antiquarian Circle.
The Antiquarian Circle?
The University of Gwylem's most prestigious historical society. We scour the continent for lost antiquities, collecting and cataloging as we go. We've made hundreds of discoveries, thanks in no small part to our scrying tool, the Antiquarian's Eye.
The Antiquarian's Eye?
An invention of our university's founder, Terrain Fire. It allows the wielder's mind to travel vast distances and find buried relics, truths lost to history. Gazing into the eye requires both skill and talent. How talented are you, I wonder?
I think it's interesting that it allows you to find buried relics, not buried. She mispronounced it. Let's find out. How do I begin?
Admission to the circle begins easily enough. Just place your hand on the Antiquarian's Eye. If you possess the aptitude, you will attune to the eye immediately. If you don't possess the aptitude, the eye will reject you. Couldn't be simpler.
What can you tell me about the Antiquarian's Eye?
It's a magnificent device, alien in origin. As I said before, our university's founder, Terrain Fire, developed it along with countless other scholarly tools. Alas, he died before we could demonstrate the object's true potential.
What does it do exactly?
It homes in on objects of historical import, much like a bloodhound, without all the baying and drooling, of course. We still don't fully understand how it determines an item's value. Just more proof of our founder's genius, I suppose.
How many of these devices do you have?
We recovered several from a vault in Elenir. It seems Sage Fire intended for the university's best and brightest to continue his work after he was gone. It took longer than he would have liked, I'm sure, but I fully intend to honor his legacy.
What is the goal of the Antiquarian Circle exactly?
We seek the truth above all else. Written histories rarely give an honest accounting of the past, so we go straight to the source. Relics, curios, even ancient bric-a-brac. Anything that can teach us more about the myriad cultures of Tamriel.
Are the relics you find valuable?
I assume you mean commercially valuable?
Yes.
Yes. You can keep any relics you recover and do with them what you will.
Good.
The Circle's chief concern is cataloging the discoveries and learning what we can from them. Everyone benefits from the arrangement.
What is the University of Gwillem?
It's a school, of course. The very best, by any credible assessment. At least it was. What I wouldn't give to walk those halls again. This frigid annex is a very poor substitute. Very poor indeed.
Did you teach there?
For a time, I studied there as well. Despite all of Cyrodiil's struggles, I really did believe we could weather the storm. But war has far-reaching consequences, even for those who want no part in it. Especially for those who want no part in it.
Okay, so this school was obviously in Cyrodiil, and Cyrodiil is a war zone now. There's no emperor, so the three factions are fighting over the seat of the empire. It's called the Three Banners War. And in the game, it's an open PvP area, but basically, her school is not functioning because it's in the middle of a war zone. So, you've established a new annex here?
Here and elsewhere. The faculty scattered to the winds when the plane meld took hold. Fortunately, most of us survived, and we write each other constantly. I wound up in Skyrim somehow. As frozen wastelands go, it's really quite pleasant.
I agree. Alright, so here's the Antiquarian's Eye.
Impressive. Such an energetic attunement. Well, well, well. It seems I underestimated you. With a reaction like that, you may well rival Gabrielle, our most accomplished antiquarian. I wonder what secrets you might find gazing through the eye.
Let's find out. How does it work?
In a hurry, are we? We'll teach you to use the eye in due course. First, do you vow to uphold the principles and traditions of the Circle, to catalog your discoveries for future generations and give a true accounting of Tamriel's history?
As long as I can sell all the loot. I do. I want to join the Antiquarian Circle.
An excellent decision. Mastering the eye is no small endeavor. But with Gabriel's tutelage and my rigorous oversight, we may make a true scholar of you yet. Welcome to the Circle, Antiquarian. Now then, we should begin your education in earnest. I suggest you speak with Gabriel Benner. I can provide some scholarly advice, but when it comes to using the Antiquarian's Eye itself, you'll find no better teacher than Gabrielle.
Where is Gabrielle?
Downstairs, poring over more maps and tomes, no doubt. Honestly, the girl never stops working. I'd almost think she was trying to make the rest of us look bad if she wasn't so confoundedly cheerful. At any rate, she'll get you sorted.
Alright, I'll go downstairs and speak to Gabrielle.
Speak with me again once Gabrielle's taught you the basics. I know I can come across as chilly, but truthfully, I'm anxious to get you into the field.
Why can't you teach me how to use the eye?
Because I'm not a mage. Don't make a face. I never said I possess the aptitude. We all contribute to the circle in our own way. You may wield the eye, but rest assured, my skill as a writer is no less important.
How does your writing contribute to the circle?
Not just writing. Few can match my knowledge of ancient history, aside from those who lived through it all, like that insufferable dark elf Devaith Fear. You may find these relics, but it's incumbent upon me to tell you what they are.
Okay. Okay, I've got the Antiquarian's Eye collectible. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and hotbar that. Go into quick slots and tools. I'm going to put this over here. That way, just in case I need to use it, I'll be able to get to it. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to go to some crafting tables and deconstruct some stuff to get rid of all this junk in my inventory.
Ah, you must be the Antiquarian Circle's most recent addition, eh? Greetings. Sorry for the mess. I'll tidy up down here, you know, eventually. But I digress. Verita wants me to teach you to use the Antiquarian's Eye, yes?
Yes, Verita said you can use it better than anyone.
Wow, really? That's uncharacteristically gracious of her. Huh. Well, anyway, let's get started. It all begins with concentration. The eye wants to show you what you seek. So, clear your thoughts, and conjure up a picture of the relic in your mind.
So I need to have a relic in mind, then what?
The exciting part. Gaze into the eye and focus on the facets in the glass. Take a breath and try to unify the symbols into a single pattern. Eventually, you'll stop looking at the lens and start looking through it. Why don't we just give it a try?
Fair enough. I'll try using the Antiquarian's Eye. Okay, so I've got these two items here I can scry for. I'm going to scry for Gabrielle's Bottle of Proving.
Well done. Now fix your eyes on the center and the corners of the lens. Then turn your focus inward toward the facets in the glass. Concentrate, and the facets should merge. Unifying the lens into a single pattern will perfectly attune the eye, but you only need to reach the foci to gain a rough idea of the object's location. If you lose your focus, just try again.
Okay, so there's only one of these swirly things right here. From what I understand, this is just a tutorial, so there's only one, but in other ones there will be like 6 of them. And every one that you take control of, it excludes a dig site for the relic that you're looking for. In this case, it's just a tutorial, so it's easy. I'll just click on this one. Basically, based on the symbols, that determines how many of the spaces you can click on, but you have to start right here. So I'm going to do that one, and then this one, and we'll already have it unlocked.
Location the eye provided. I'll meet you in the courtyard.
Okay, so we've got one dig site. We know the relic is in that dig site. And when I got that that eye thing, it unlocked these 2 skill lines, excavation and scrying. This is a new feature that's just in Greymoor. If you don't have the Greymoor chapter, you can't use these skills. And it works all
Looks like
over.
this is the spot. Time to excavate the antiquity.
It works all over Tamriel, not just in Western Greymoor. And, excuse me, in Western Skyrim.
Time to get your hands dirty. The eye can show you where to find an antiquity, but digging it up is more of a do-it-yourself affair. Just take your time. Rushing the excavation can destabilize the site, and that wouldn't do it all.
Remember to move cautiously. Use the right tool for the right level of excavation, and don't rush yourself. Even careful digging can result in an unsteady dig site, so be mindful of its stability.
Okay, so this is the number of clicks I can get right here before I uncover the relic. If this runs out, I fail. This is the health of the relic up here at the top. If I damage it from using certain tools and its health goes to 0, then I'll fail. So let's try this. And this is the auger I'm using. It should turn... These are all red, so the relic is nowhere near there. I don't even see this thing going down. There's yellow. So it's getting close. I think it turns green. The auger skill is out of energy. Okay, so I'm going to use the hand brush. Yeah, and that's not good. There it goes. Oh, bonus loot. Okay, but that's not the actual artifact. Might actually fail this. Yeah, it's looking like I'm going to fail it. Wasted too many clicks down here. Alright, let's see if I can start it over.
Remember to move cautiously. Use the right tool for the right level of excavation, and don't rush yourself. Even careful digging can result in an unsteady dig site, so be mindful of its stability.
Ah, I'm getting closer. Alright. Just the bonus item. I think this is it. Antiquity unearthed.
There you have it. You're a proper antiquarian now. Seems you have quite a knack for it, too. Just keep practicing with the antiquarian's eye and master those digging techniques. I'm confident you'll be recovering priceless relics in no time.
What should I do next?
I'd report back to Verida and let her know you successfully extracted your first antiquity. Don't expect too much in the way of praise, but trust me, she'll be ecstatic. Once you've checked in, start looking for relics. No time like the present, eh?
Okay, so I can ask her to go over things, explain them again, but I don't need to do that.
I must finish this.
Welcome back, Antiquarian. I trust your time with Gabrielle was illuminating.
Yes, she taught me how to use the antiquarian's tools.
Excellent. I had a good feeling about you, and as usual, I was right. From now on, consider yourself free to pursue any antiquities that interest you. We will catalog your findings for study, and together we will uncover the mysteries of this world. You have a great deal of work to do, antiquarian. Wouldn't you agree? We're all quite busy, truth be told, but I suppose I can make more time for our most promising initiates.
Just hit level
Is there
4.
something I can help you with?
How should I decide what antiquities to pursue?
That is entirely up to you. What cultures spark your curiosity? What region of Tamriel do you yearn to visit? Or, if it's simple wealth you're after, what item might fetch a prize on the second-hand market? The choice is yours.
How can I find something truly magnificent?
Well, your Antiquities Codex contains only those antiquities we're currently aware of. If you want to make a unique discovery of your own, you'll need to find a lead. Something that gives you a place to start.
Where can I find leads?
Practically anywhere, believe it or not. Tucked away in chests, in the pockets of bandits, stashed in musty ruins. Just explore Tamriel as any adventurer would, and you're bound to find some.
Thank you. Now, what kinds of objects will I find out there?
The potential applications of our discoveries are endless. You might find items worthy of display in your home, or discover a long-forgotten technique for body ornamentation. You might even recover jewelry or armor imbued with arcane power.
What's the greatest thing you've ever recovered?
Oh, I couldn't possibly choose. In any case, my interest in these objects has less to do with their uses and more to do with their historical value. Amalian swore she found parts of a mechanical mount, but that sounds a bit outlandish to me.
I don't know. Alright, I hope I've got inventory space for this. So, I'm going to take the light armor here. I need to eventually start wearing light armor. And let's see, what do I want to get next? I think I want to get a destruction staff skill. I'm going to get force shock. And actually, I think I want to put this on 3 and the other one on 4. I can't use it without having a target. So Force Shock is focus all the elemental energies with your staff and blast an enemy for 1103 flame damage, 1103 frost damage, and 1103 shock damage. It's just a spammable ability. Alright, I'm going to need to find a crafting station soon. So I'm not sure... let me go talk to Curanor here. This guy is the head of the... not the head, but the representative of the Mages Guild.
Fascinating application of the technique. Welcome. Are you here on Mage's Guild business?
The Mages Guild?
Yes, of course. We're lawkeepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. Why don't you speak with me for a moment? Perhaps you'd like to join.
Let's talk about the Mages Guild.
Always good to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased.
What can you tell me about the Mages Guild?
We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes.
That poor Argonian in the background is getting attacked by mosquitoes, apparently. I feel so sorry for her. What do I get in return? Or, yeah.
We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself.
You mentioned a Guildmaster?
Vanus Galarian, one of the founding members of this august body, still holds the proud title of Guildmaster, overseeing every guild hall in Tamriel. He works with other ranking members, such as Tellinger, the Artificer, to ensure our future success.
You're not affiliated with the Aldmeri Dominion?
We are neutral in the war between the three alliances. When we're on guild business, we kneel to no king or queen. That's why you'll see members of every race in our halls.
I'm ready to join the Mages Guild.
Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the guild.
That gives me the Mages Guild skill line. Right here. You can use persuasive will to persuade NPCs to do things.
Nothing to do but keep at it.
Let's go talk to this Argonian here.
The only reason I'm here in Solitude is penance. I was a bit quick to use fire against someone who turned out to be a fellow student. Now, I must find all the recipes for healing burns in Tamriel and bring them home, no matter how long it takes.
You're going to be an old woman by the time you finish doing that, I imagine.
The mystery author ESO Greymoor knows a lot about vampires. I do too, but that's because my family dealt with them a few generations ago. My weapons, the ones you can see anyway, are not only for show. Vampires can be nasty.
I'm sure they can. Alright, now I've got to find some crafting tables. I need to find most importantly, a blacksmith. There's a clothing station. I'm going to go there. And the blacksmith station, it should be close by. I've got to clean out my inventory.
I'd avoid Morthal. They're solitary, rude, and think they know best. Try to tell them how to do something better, and they'll push back so hard your neck will ache from the whiplash.
Thanks for the tip. I'll go talk to him in a minute.
Stop right there, criminal.
Uh-oh, somebody got busted.
Guards! A little help here.
Here to buy? Sell? I'm here to sell. Buy! Oh, that sounded better in my head. No wonder the Bard's College didn't take me.
I'm working with hawker skin to see if I can turn it into a good leather option for lighter armor. It's difficult, to say the least, but I'm getting closer.
Alright, keep working at it. Now, I need to find a crafting station. You know what? It may be upstairs. I think I shouldn't have come down. Wait, there's a bank. Here's a, an inn. Or a tavern or something. Pretty sure it's up here. There's a cooking fire. Let's see, do I have any recipes? I can make red rye beer. Good. I'm not actually going to use this beer. I'm just making it to sell for gold. And to get this rye out of my inventory.
Some folk are so dull. Imagine being told that dancing is not appropriate for someone who makes and sells food. Not true.
Definitely not true. You want to buy some of my beer? And my Gabrielle's bottle of proving? I need those britches. I'm not going to sell them. Here we go. 14 gold. Let's wear these britches. And then I'll enchant them with that trifling glyph of health I just got as a leveling reward. That'll increase health by 774. Now, hopefully nearby there's a clothing. Here we go. This is it. Radiant Raiment. Yeah, as you can see, you got refine, creation, deconstruct, improvement, research, patterns. We're going to go to deconstruct. And we've got all this stuff to deconstruct. That leveled our clothing skill up to there. And we want to do the same thing with blacksmith. What's this? Woodworking station. Okay. Deconstruct. Is that Maple Inferno staff better than what I've got? No. So I'll just go ahead and deconstruct it. And all of these. And last but not least, blacksmithing station. I don't need any of this stuff. Alright, we're halfway to level 2 in blacksmithing now. Don't need any of this stuff, right? Ah, some of this stuff is level 2. Alright. See if I can use this now. Got cast off leg guards. Okay, so this gives me stamina instead of health. I don't want that. Cast off Inferno staff gives me weapon damage and spell damage, and it's training. So that's really good. That will definitely help us to level. I don't care about the cast off leg guards though. Okay, now we can deconstruct all that other stuff. I was on the wrong screen. Alright, now, let's see what else we can do. I want to put a lot of this stuff in the bank, if we can. Normally, if this is your first character, your bank will be empty. So you just be able to go right here and take...
the hospitality of our fair city so far? In need of banking services? Your treasures will...
You can, whatever you don't need, like, for example, these acai berries, we don't have a recipe for it yet. I wonder why I wasn't able to deconstruct that bow. That can be destroyed. Alright. I don't know why I couldn't deconstruct the Inferno Staff either. Alright, I'm going to try one more time to deconstruct this stuff. Then I'm just going to move on. Now, why can't I deconstruct that? I guess because it's a leveling reward or something like that. So I'll just go ahead and destroy them. Take up less inventory space. Alright, now we should be ready to meet Lyris at this point. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll talk to Lyris Titanborn and tell her the bad news that her contact, Brundled, is dead. See you next time.